Hey everybody, Jared of Second Life Design. Welcome to Woodshop Wednesday. Tonight we are talking wood finishes. I get a lot of questions about this. Being a small commission shop like I am not really dedicated to one type of finish. I think a lot of different woodworkers have preferences, whether it be a film finish or a hard wax oil. It seems in the last few years hard wax oils have become a lot more prevalent. So when I'm speaking about those, I'm talking about Rubio Monocoat, Odie's oil, Osmo, the like. The one-step, two-step, wipe it on, buff it in, and wipe it off and you're done kind of finishes. Versus film finishes, going to be the lacquers, the polyurethanes, the shellacs, things like that. I use all types. I have a couple different products that I prefer within those categories, but I think each thing has its own place, I guess. I make a lot of dining tables, that's kind of my niche is making tables for people. If someone has some wear issues or concerns, or they've got kids, they want really high water resistance, really high stain protection, I recommend a film finish. That's going to be your polyurethanes. This is my preference. It is really cheap. It's really quick. I actually spray it on. I use my HVLP and spray it, and it gets vaporized pretty well. But you can build a lot of coats really quickly. The downside is it is impossible to repair without completely sanding it down. So inevitably 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, when the kids are a little more grown up and a little more less hard on things, the client will want to come back and it's a total strip down, sand down, and refinish job. It's not as easy to repair. So that's kind of the upside and downside to it. With the hard wax oils, my preference is Odie's oil. It's a really shiny label, hope you can see that. This stuff is really awesome for really quick things. I use it on slab tables for sure, farmhouse tables, cutting boards and serving boards. It's food safe. It goes on really quick. That's why I like it. You can trowel it on with a Bondo scraper, and it just goes on really quick. So it's kind of one step and done. If you want to do a second coat, you can. It's kind of based on appearance. It's not always needed. It still offers protection. I've followed up with customers who have used, I've put that on pieces they've had for multiple years. Still works great. Still looks great. The advantage is if the piece is damaged, you can do a localized repair. You can sand that one spot, apply this stuff in that one spot, and there's no overlap marks. And that goes the same with Rubio Monocoat or the Osmo, any of the hard wax oils. That's going to be the kind of the upside of that, is repairs are much easier. From an appearance point, I prefer the hard wax oils. They are definitely a lot more flat. They don't have the plasticky kind of look that film finishes have. And it's not to say that there's certain lacquers out there that can't do it. There are, for sure. Being a small shop like I am, I don't have the spray booth capacity for the film finishes in larger production, so the hard wax oils kind of work better for me. I can put them on one night, buff them off the next day, and I'm done. Let the product cure and I'm done. Versus when I'm using any kind of film finish, I can't really work. Once I've applied it, I can't do anything in my shop. I'm just go inside and watch TV because you can't do anything in there. So it's not to say that I'm phasing out film finishes. They have a unique place. If someone wants a bar top where it's going to be wet all the time and they want maximum water protection, we're going to go with the film finish, and that's their best bet. I think you have to kind of talk all those things over with your client and get their input and make the best decision for them and for yourself. It's your product out there. You want to have your name's going to be on it. Give what's going to be the best looking thing in a couple years. So there's different options out there. I'm going to break these down in other videos in more detail as far as with the wipe on poly, my finishing process for it, how I can get really high-end looks, and this stuff's $10 a can, and you can get really nice appearance with it. The same with the Odies. I'm going to break that down a little bit more. I've done a really good video before on Rubio. You can check in go scroll through the videos, you'll find that one, but I've gone to the Odie's oil a little bit more. It just seems there's not the color options, so you can buy one thing and it works. All there is an Odie's normal, and then there's a dark, And I actually prefer the dark for the lighter woods, like the oaks and things. It kind of brings it down a lot and darkens it just enough to where it looks really nice. And the regular looks perfect on walnut. You couldn't ask for anything better. So my own preference for my own furniture, I use Odie's oil or Rubio, but the film finishes definitely have their place. So that may open up a can of worms. I'll be getting into it more, but I want to get some good thoughts out there and kind of incite some conversations. So definitely leave me your comments. Be as polite as you can, and we'll answer them in the best way I can. Going forward with this, I'm really excited to start Woodshop Wednesday. I've got a lot of good tips to share with people. I don't want to say a professional woodworker. I do it for a living. I build museum exhibits all day, every day, so I get into a lot of unique things and have a lot of insight to share that might be useful for people. Also, being a commission shop, I do look at my own home. I look for efficiency in everything I can do. I only have so many hours to do this stuff, and I like cranking out pieces and like getting stuff done. So I'm looking for things to speed things up, and always looking at it from a kind of a business sense and how, if something makes sense or not. So that's kind of all the things I'm saying, kind of look at it through that lens. I'm looking at it as a small business, small wood shop. I'm in a 24 by 30 garage that's full of slabs. That's what I'm working in. So I'm not, some big monster operation. So keep that in mind with all these videos and any comments. Any other questions, if you want to bring up for Woodshop Wednesday, drop them down below. You can always find me on Instagram at Secondlifedesign. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. And yeah, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.